Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. So, what are we going to talk about today? Today, I want to talk about the kind of things you should do to get forward in your business, in your finance, and in your personal life. And they can be attributed to doing three things mainly, which I wanted to focus on. And maybe think about it as something for the coming year which you can focus on and take it forward, something you can do and you can implement. The first thing which I want to talk about before you do anything which you venture into, either be it business or investing or a job or anything which you go chasing money and finance, because we've always been talking about money and finance and investing and having different sources of income and making money grow. But the most important thing is mental well being and mental health. And it seems to be a recurring theme which I notice when I'm talking to all of you one to one on Instagram, on Twitter, and LinkedIn. When you're chatting with me on one to one, a lot of you seem to be going through a lot of mental issues such as depression, anxiety, fear, and chasing these. Most of this anxiety, yes, all of us have a certain level of anxiety and fear in life, but most of you seem to be adding on more anxiety and fear in your pursuit of becoming wealthy and becoming rich. So let me explain this a little further. This would be like, I want to build a house, I want to build a home, so I'm going to take on a loan. That additional burden is going to create more anxiety and fear. My parents are asking me to do this, my parents are asking me to do that. I've managed to get secured a very good job, and my family wants me to build a house in my father's land, which has been there. All this adds anxiety and fear into your life, and I can see it as I'm having the conversation with you. Yes, we do give broad advice and key points to follow, such as don't take loans, have an emergency fund, then think about investing. But most important thing is assign value to what you're doing. Is the pursuit of getting that extra money or creating that wealth, is it actually creating value in your life? Is it creating happiness in your life? Is it creating aiding to your mental well-being? That is an important thing I want you to think and consider before you venture, because mental frame of mind is very important. This is very true in any form of sports also. Very famously, in American gymnast, she took a hiatus from the sport for a while because she was having a lot of mental issues. Then she came back a couple of years later and very strong. When she decided to take the hiatus, everybody sitting on the bench were making all kinds of comments. Commentators were saying this and that, but she knew what she wanted. By taking that break for a couple of years, she came back much stronger and she silenced all her critics. This is the same is true with your mental wellness and pursuit of anything which you want to do. Don't do it in the expense of your own well-being. And make sure whatever you're doing is aligning to what you truly want. And if you don't know, a lot of you which I've been discussing with don't really truly know what you want. And without really knowing what you want, it's very difficult to kind of go towards this. And which I find remarkable, though I've been telling you guys this repeatedly, and you come to me on Instagram and you're like, I saw your video and it's fantastic. I'm like, great. Then immediately you're like, okay, should I keep this share? And I repeatedly say in all of this my video, and I wonder if you guys are really watching it, because I say, I need to know, I don't know where you are, what you're doing, what your situation is. Without any context, it's very difficult to say anything. So do keep that in mind. Assign some value to what you're doing, and is it really going towards what you want? The second thing that applies, which is to investing and to even business and any kind of work which you're doing, is spending too much time trying to perfect it. If you're launching a new product, if you're trying to think of a new business, if you're trying to think of a best investment, you're always waiting for the perfect opportunity or the perfect product or the perfect situation, the perfect moment to ask your boss for a raise. There are no perfect moments. There are no perfect things. You're much better off taking something which is 50%, trying it, ideating it, seeing what happens. Make a pilot project, pilot investment, see what happens. See what happens when you buy a share of a company, and see how it is to hold on to it. See how it is to do the complete research of a company which you picked and invest and see what happens. And then you'll learn something. Practical experience is worth its weight in gold more than any theoretical experience. I would rather that you get a little more practical experience in any of these ventures which you're doing, even in business, than spending a lot of time planning. That doesn't mean I don't say don't do any planning. You don't have to go to the other extreme like my friend Kesav and say, okay, sir said, don't waste time planning. We'll just ad hoc by whatever we feel like it. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying spend a little time planning, but also spend a little time trying things out and testing it out and then create, because that kind of feedback which you get and information which you garner by doing anything is very valuable, and it can prove very effective in your final approach which you decide to take. And the last thing which I want to hit upon, which you should try and do this coming year, is try and do hard things. Try to take risks. Especially the most of you are my audience. When I look at the feedback or the what you call analytics from YouTube, what Kesav shares with me, you guys seem to be in the demography of around 20 to around 30, 35. At that age group, you definitely have the capacity to take a risk. When I say take a risk, I don't mean go take a loan. Please understand that. That's a big difference. Don't use my words as an excuse to carry on doing something, some destructive behavior. That's not what I'm saying. Taking a risk is not going jumping off a building. Taking a risk is being adventurous. Trying to apply for the job which you thought you would not get. Trying to give up a habit and save and try to invest. That is called taking a risk by doing something hard. So I'm not saying take a shortcut. So please don't get into this thing of saying, Vinod told me to take a shortcut, so I'm going to take a shortcut. No. Doing hard things, taking a risk is the book which you've been putting off to read forever, like Kesav, Learn to Earn, which he told me last year he had taken a resolution to read it, and he's still yet to do it this year, and he's still not gotten past page 30, and we have probably another 34 days to get before the year ends. And looking at this pace he's reading it, there's no way he's going to finish this book. Which is not a bad thing. At least he did 30 pages. But it would have been better if he managed to finish it. He would have felt a sense of accomplishment rather than a sense of failure. So do the hard things. Do push yourself. Get out of the boundaries which you're locked into and venture out. And unless you do that, you're not going to grow. Any form of growth, be it even in what you call muscle building or body building, what they say is you have to tear your muscles and you have to allow your muscles to heal and the new muscle grows. Of course, they do it in cycles of giving one day a break, and most of you know the science behind it. Same way, apply the same principle in doing hard things. You don't have to do hard things repeatedly from morning to evening, day after day. That can be very tiring and very frustrating. Try and space it out. Form a calendar, plug it in, and start doing some hard things. Set some goals. Like I said with Kesav, break them down into simple tasks and take those tasks and break it down even simpler tasks till a point where the task becomes so easy you don't need to think about it, and start punching them away and make them a little bit difficult, little bit risk which you're taking, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone so that growth is there. This year 2024 should be a year of growth for you because you're that young and you have the capacity to bounce back from whatever you may face. And it's a great learning opportunity. It's much better to learn it when you're young, when you have your long runway ahead of you, as Kesav says, than to become my age with just around 1,600 weeks left in my life and then trying to figure things out. Most of you who are watching this video have probably around 3,000 to 2,500 weeks ahead of you before you reach the end of your life. So I don't want you to spend wasting that time, is all I'm saying. Anyway, thank you for watching the program, and I'll see you in the next one soon. Do take care of yourselves out there. Bye.
So after Kuwait, my team has decided to do an event in Trivandrum. Those who are desirous of meeting me in Trivandrum can contact our team at trivandrummp@gmail.com, the mail ID given below, or the WhatsApp number given below. My team would fill in you with the details. The event would be in January 2024. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.